10 knockouts, 1 submission, 3 decisions. Is Kennedy Nzechukwu any good? A fairly mid-level light heavyweight who has overperformed in some aspects, I would say. Joining the UFC at just 5-0, Kennedy Nzechukwu has had to learn on the job. His mother sadly has ALS, so this dude has a lot of motivation and dedication to the sport. He's got an awkward style, but is a long and dangerous guy who makes sneaky good reads and finds himself creative finishes. But he's moved on up to the heavyweight division despite a lack of light heavyweight momentum. Can Nzechukwu make a run at heavyweight and reach the elites? This is the question I aim to answer. We'll take a look at fight style, strengths, weaknesses, UFC career, to come to our verdict. Kennedy Nzechukwu, a long-range boxer with a John Jones build. Just before hitting record for this video, Big Marcel informed me that Kennedy is out of his fight in 2 days against Martin Buday. The video must go on. Oh well. Nzechukwu fights for his family, particularly his mother who suffers from ALS. He joined the UFC quite early at just 5-0 on the Contender Series. His career at light heavyweight was up and down to say the least. Some creative finishes, but also some baffling losses. I'm here to clear up the fog surrounding his career because I do believe he is ultra talented, especially since moving up to heavyweight to challenge a plethora of fatties. And he's now 2-0 in the weight class. Strengths are crazy reach, long boxing, and well tested. Weaknesses include bad chin and clumsy. His best performance was his win over Dennis Bryant. He barely got touched in this fight and ended it with a head kick knockout. I mean, he had a 12-inch reach advantage, so no shit he won. Nevertheless, a great showcase of how to use your length and set up a brilliant KO shot. Most fun fight, Ion Cutelaba. This is a no-brainer. Every Ion Cutelaba fight is fun. He's just a straight-up psychopath. And Kennedy weathered some wildness in this one and came back strong, brutally TKOing Ion with knees and a flurry of punches. Let's have a look at the career. Notable wins, I have Carlos Ulberg. Now, this one deserves a lot of shine and attention. A fight that started out tactical and savvy, but quickly escalated into a retarded brawl. Kennedy ate a lot of shots to the body, but managed to protect his chin with a high guard. I think somewhere along the way, Ulberg thought he could just walk through the counter shots and continue swarming. Big mistake. He got knocked out hilariously. While impressive, Nzechukwu unfortunately couldn't get a streak going after this and still had much to improve on. Ulberg, humiliated and trauma-stricken, actually leveled up big time after this and now has reached the top of the division. I will never understand these fucking fighters. Ion Cutelaba. Ion is hardwired to swing and shoot like crazy and use little to no fight IQ in every contest. So, as a result, this fight was super fun and Kennedy beat his ass. He had good reversals and well-timed knees. Let's try and pick apart these losses. First we have Dustin Jacoby. Now, we need to put some respect on Jacoby's striking first of all. He's got a ton of kickboxing experience and has taken out a lot of light heavyweights. And Nzechukwu struggled to land his boxing here. He had a problem with the range and failed to find his timing, and he was knocked out in the first round. Against Da Un Jung, one of the goofiest finishes I've ever seen. He's blocking these elbows with his guard up, like they're hitting his arms, but he still gets knocked out from them. This raises some concern about his durability. Maybe he used to cut a ton of weight, maybe the 205 was a hard cut for him and he just had, a bit of a chin problem. Paul Craig. It seems like when anyone fights Paul Craig, they just can't help but be magnetized into his guard. Kennedy got swept and triangled. We can forgive this one. It even happened to Ankalaev, for God's sake. Strike accuracy, 47%. Good. Strikes landed per minute, 5.37. This is honestly extremely high for a heavyweight. Strikes absorbed per minute, 4.89. This is also high, but Kennedy fights behind a bulky high guard, so I'm not too worried about it. Takedown average, 0.56. Not his wheelhouse. Submission average, 0.22. He has submitted Devin Clark. Takedown accuracy, 45%. I hope this improves. Strike defense, 51%. Takedown defense, 81%. Great. Knockdown average, 0.45. Also great, although he is a bit of a light puncher considering he's a heavyweight now, so this could be a problem in the future, him not having the punch power to really get respect against these bigger guys. Average fight time, 8 minutes, 57 seconds. And this is how Nzechukwu is most likely to win a fight. A heavy lean towards TKO, decisions are a slight possibility, his ground skills are raw, and he's spent the majority of his training at Fortis MMA. Mainly an MMA boxing type gym, let's call it, which prepares their fighters' takedown defense very well, but the BJJ skills are still unknown. The verdict. Kennedy Nzechukwu is now training at Warhorse MMA, says Wikipedia, so we'll see if he continues to excel in his new division. I really like Saif Saud as a coach for the most part. He's loud, vocal, and intelligent, and I think he was a huge pillar for Kennedy's early success. So far, he's KO'd Chris Barnett and Lucas Brzeski, two competitors who would most likely fall under the D or F tier in my criterion. But that's not to say he isn't high level. I do think he'll go far, I just worry about 260-pound grapplers once they get him down. If a middleweight-sized Kutalaba can take you down and give you problems, what's a Jailton Almeida gonna do? I mean, these are risky matchups. I guess we'll just have to wait for now and find out in the future. Kennedy Nzechukwu was a C-tier light heavyweight and A-tier heavyweight. As always, take care of yourself, subscribe, and comment who you want me to break down next. MMA makes no fucking sense, but I'm out here trying to put it all together. Until next time.